In this video, we're going to talk about the one-person business that you can start today in order to make 50K per month. Now, we're going to talk about who you are, what you want, what the business actually is, what you're going to need, free tools, and how you can scale, okay? So maybe this is you, all right? Maybe you are somebody who wants more from life, okay? You're not happy working that 9 to 5, stuck in a cubicle, being told what to do by some fat, ugly guy every day, all right? Ultimately, what you want is freedom, okay? And when it comes to freedom, what you're probably realizing is that you want freedom to basically do what you want to do every day, okay? You want freedom to maybe travel, freedom to make your own decisions, freedom to earn ungodly amounts of money, and freedom basically just to do whatever the hell you want, okay? So what do you do? What do you decide to do? You decide to start an agency. But you don't just start any old agency. All right, you decide that email marketing is the way forward for you. Okay, so you decide to start an agency that delivers email marketing as a service. Okay, and why have you chosen email marketing? Why have you chosen email marketing as your service to deliver? Well, I'm going to remind you. Okay, so you probably chose email marketing based on how easy it is to scale. So you were drawn to the scalability of an email marketing agency. You maybe like the physical nature of the products and the tangibility of actually what you're building out for the client and how big an opportunity you can actually give the client and big brands by setting up their flows and automations, okay? So all things that once you set them up, they take care of themselves and they're going to make the client money time and time again, whether you carry on doing work for them or not. What's more, you probably even like the fact that email doesn't depend at all on any sort of ad spend, okay? So instead of setting up a Facebook ads agency where you work tirelessly to close a new client, all to then get that client, onboard them, deliver the service for them, and then all of a sudden they just turn off their ad spend and they therefore say, you know, we're not spending any money on ads, so we don't need you anymore as an advertising agency, okay? If you provide email marketing for a brand and you get them results, then they're never going to just turn off their emails, okay? So they will always need email as a North Star for their brand because email is one of the greatest revenue generating channels when it comes to marketing that any brand can have, okay? So they're always going to need, you know, stunning designs. They're always going to need copy. They're going to need automations and flows, okay? They're going to need their flows optimizing and updating, and they're going to need help across key sale months. So there's always something to do in the email marketing calendar and in the email marketing space, okay? So you're happy. You've got a business model that can scale and a service that is super simple to deliver, okay? We're not talking about the next big AI craze, something where you're having to go on an incredibly difficult and complex learning curve in order to get on calls with your clients, okay? So you've got a business model that's easy and it can scale, right? Now, what does this one-man business actually entail, okay? So when you've set up the business, here you are, one man or woman, and going to have you waving there. What actual work are you going to be doing for your clients, okay? So when it comes to the service, what work are you going to be doing? Well, I'm going to tell you, okay? It's very simple. Email marketing is simple, all right? When you work with a brand, you will be responsible for a workload that can largely be broken down into 4 constituent parts. What I'm going to do is change the color of my pen here. We're going to go through each one of these, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the first one is flows, okay? So these are the automations that you're going to set up for a brand, which will basically send out emails to any of their customers on their list or that the customers have previously engaged with their brand through their Shopify store or whatever e-commerce platform they're using. And they're going to get automated emails based on their behavior, okay? So if they add products to their cart and then click off and go make a cup of tea, they've abandoned cart, well, an automation will kick in then and it will send them abandoned cart emails, okay? If you've ever done this yourself, which you probably have, you would have received these emails before, okay? Now, the second element of what you would deliver for the clients, campaigns. Now, these are one-off email blasts that brands will refer to them as. And these are basically just one-off email sends that could be promos or multi-product promos or news updates or letters from the founder, whatever they might be, to drive basically acute episodes of increased revenue, okay? So it might be Black Friday, it might be a deal on a Sunday night, whatever it is. If you have an idea, these are going to run through campaigns, okay? Now, the third element of what you're going to deliver for the client are design. designs. Okay, so these designs are all of the templates. So templates go into flows, and they also go into campaigns. Okay, so you're going to have different email visual graphic design templates for your campaigns and for your flows. Now, the fourth and final point here, we're going to put down as segmentation, but I guess it could largely be categorized as deliverability or technical setup too. Deliverability. My goodness, I can't spell. Probably still spelled that wrong. And what that comes down to is basically ensuring that the right messages are sent to the right people at the right time every time. Okay, so emails aren't landing in spam, and that's your job as an email marketer to help a brand, avoid that. Okay. Now, in return for this, what happens? Well, we get paid. Okay, and as an email marketer, we've got a few options. Okay, so typically, and similar to other agencies, most of you guys that are starting out will try and get paid on a retainer basis. Now, this is good for you as an agency because it gives you consistent, projected, ongoing cash flow. But the monthly retainer model isn't very good for clients. It's actually quite a bad deal for them, and it's becoming harder and harder to close clients on pure retainer deals. Now, this is because a lot of agencies have previously burnt brands. They've locked them into rigid contracts. They've under-delivered, over-promised, and brands just are turned off by the fact that in order to engage with you, they're going to have to sign a strict contract that they're not going to be able to get out of, okay? Now, you could try an alternative. You could do projects, okay? So you could deliver project-based work. But again, project-based work isn't a good pricing model. It doesn't give you any sort of cash flow security, and you'll end up working with cheap and difficult clients who can't afford to pay you and make your life a living hell, okay? So what's a better alternative? All right, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so the better alternative here, we're going to go to a green color. If I can move my face over there. What is a better alternative? Well, I can tell you what we do as an agency. And what we do as an agency is we build and release infrastructures. So we build them, and then we release them, okay, when and only after the client has paid us, paid in full. And what we're able to achieve with infrastructure builds is we can avoid locking our clients into 9 to 12 month contracts that they are immediately turned off from and don't want to engage in anyway, because we don't have to drag out our scope of work over that time. And actually the USP that we've developed as an agency allows us to deploy our proprietary build within 24 hours, okay? And what this results in is a super happy client. Now, normally our clients can't quite believe that we can actually deliver on this promise, but once we close them, we're able to basically, in essence, front load a whole huge wealth of trust where we basically prove them wrong. We say, look, we've been able to deliver for you what all the other agencies in the marketplace are oftentimes promising yet failing to deliver within a 7 to 9 to 12 month time frame. We've done it in the last 24 hours. So if you like what you see, we could actually help you out with more campaigns, or we could help you out with more designs, or we could write more copy for you, or actually we could help more of the technical implementation in your account and make sure that's optimized. Would you be interested in us doing that? All we're going to do is bill you on a monthly rolling contract, and you can get out of it anytime. There's going to be no lock-ins here. And if you like what you see, then hopefully we'll be in this relationship together for a long period of time. So over the years of delivering our service like this and pricing it like this arrangement has actually led to us closing more ongoing monthly retainer clients after we've delivered their build versus when we used to just try and pitch them retainer deals up front first, okay? So in order to do this, what do you need to get started, okay? What tools of the trade do you need? Just like a builder or just like a carpenter needs a lathe and a router and a saw, whatever it is, you're going to need tools to deliver this. Now, as a one-person business, this is where the beauty really comes into play, because actually the cost of you deploying this service, not least in the short to medium term, is going to be $0 per month. All right. Now, when it comes to the costs, you're going to need an ESP, and an ESP stands for an email service provider. And the one that we recommend is Klaviyo, okay? And we recommend this to all of our clients because it has a $9 billion valuation. It's the best ESP for any brand looking to future-proof their business, okay? Now, second to the ESP, you need a way to design your emails. You've got two options, okay? You can use a Canva free account, or you can use Figma. Now, we actually don't recommend, if you're delivering builds for $6,000 or $12,000 up front, we actually recommend you have a professional graphic designer. But in the first instance, if you're working on a project basis or you've got some retainer clients, whatever it might be, you might be in a position, if you are that way inclined and you've got an eye for it, you might be able to design the templates yourself, okay? So you're increasing your profit margins, you're not going to have to pay for contractors or freelancers, and you're going to provide designs that are probably relatively rudimentary, but if you think they're appropriate for your client, then, chances are your clients will be happy, okay? And then from there, we're just going to put, I guess, comms or ops for operations. You're going to need a Gmail account. You need a way to contact your clients. And then in time, you're going to need a way to manage your projects, okay? So we use ClickUp, and then we also use Markup as well, which is a tool that we use specifically for our graphic design, so that not only our internal graphic designers, but also our clients can actually input their amendments directly on the designs themselves, okay? Now, I've got a load of other videos on the channel about how to actually scale an email marketing agency, but this video is specifically designed for you if you're interested in running it as a one-man band until you get to the level of scale that will enable you financially to actually employ other people to deliver the service for you, all right? So it's super, super simple, and that is the beauty of running an email marketing agency, is the simplicity, okay? Now, when it comes to success in business, oftentimes first principles thinking and simplicity as a North Star is actually going to get you leaps and bounds ahead of the competition who are trying to layer for layering's sake and complicate all of their processes just for the sake of it in order to scale, okay? And I'm telling you in this video, you don't need to do that, all right? So I've got plenty of other videos on the channel that will actually help you scale if you're earning 5K a month, 10K a month, 30K a month already from your email agency. If you like what you saw in this video, please consider subscribing. Drop me a comment below if you are a beginner and you need some help. But for now, focus on the basics, put them into motion, and start going into the marketplace to find new clients of your own. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next one. All right, cheers.